Let's recap The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3, Episode 9. Hi, if you've never seen my face before, my name is Stella and I make videos about all things media, that being books, TV shows, movies, and I also post the occasional lifestyle and beauty content, product reviews, things of that sort. So if that is your jam, I would love it if you gave me a follow and join my community. These videos are weekly recaps and it's part of my weekly recap series of The Summer I Turned Pretty, where every week when the episode airs, I will make a video recapping and going over it. And for the past couple of weeks, because life has happened, I have been very, very late to making these videos. And today is no exception, okay? Because tomorrow is literally when the episode comes out tomorrow morning. And here I am the night before making a video on it. So, in lieu of that, I wanted to do something a little bit different than just my regular recap. We will go over the episode piece by piece, but I'm going to be very, very general and only focus on the things that I think are really important or the overall themes of the episode, if that makes sense. I also feel like this is a great episode to do this with because a lot of people were saying this episode was filler. And while I don't really agree with this, and I'll obviously explain when we get into the video why I think a lot of the scenes that happened were very important, I completely understand why people would feel this way. And like, I think this take is very valid because we literally have 2 weeks left of the show. If we didn't have 2 weeks left of the show, I don't think we would have felt this way. And I think it would have felt more heavy and like necessary. But let's just get into it. Okay, so like the first quarter of the episode, Belly is jetting off to Paris. She did not stop Conrad and she saw him. She saw him, but Conrad did not see her and he definitely like felt her presence. Jeremiah is like crashing out, obviously. He's getting super drunk. And his friends are like, don't worry, you can find someone much hotter than Belly, which I just think, that's a whole thing in itself. And Steven is upset with Conrad still, which, like, I understand, but also it's really ticking me off. And I feel like something I'm just noticing is just like this way that Conrad is villainized and like demonized. Because genuinely, all of these characters have done horrible things. I do not know what he has done, Conrad has done that's so scathing compared to the rest of the group. Okay? Like Steven saying, oh, go make well, even Belly was like, go make up one of your bullshit excuses. Like, do we think, I don't know. Like, has he done things that we do not know about besides him being an upset teenager when his mother was dying? Like, I'm not getting it. Loved this conversation with Laurel and Adam. I love how she ate him up. And they obviously had a laugh at the end, but Adam deserves to be like talk crap too. I really despise him, and I said this in my last recap, so go watch that if you want. But I feel like the whole person to blame for the downfall of Conrad and Jeremiah's relationship is their father. Okay, and then the next two major things that happened was Belly arrived in Paris and her study abroad was not actually happening for her like she thought. She spoke to this guy, I think his name was Antoine, I don't know, on the phone, and he said, "Oh yeah, we have a spot open for you." Turns out he was looking at like last year's spreadsheet. So the front desk lady is like, "Sorry, we don't have a spot for you." Now, Belly is better than me because I would have gone full Karen. I would have been like, you have to pay for my lodging tonight or you have to pay for my flight back. Like, I'm sorry. How I feel like that's like the one thing that's like low-key not realistic to me. Like, I just would have gone absolutely berserk. Like, I get not being allowed to stay there the whole semester because there's not a spot, but like, I don't know. That was so irritating to me. And then Belly loses her bag, okay? She goes to pay for her pastry and she loses her bag. Girl, you should have been watching your bags. And now she has her AirTag and she's on the hunt to find it. Okay, then the next three major plot points that happened. Taylor was really trying to talk to Jeremiah and explain to him about, you know, you will find someone else. Maybe this is good. You need to find yourself outside of Belly, which I totally agree with her. Belly was a badass, okay? The baddie in Belly came out. Our girl is back. Life, like literally life is color is coming back to her face because she is that sprightly like person that I feel like we kind of saw in season 1 and a little bit of season 2, and she got her bag back and she met a bunch of awesome new friends, so slay her. And then Taylor and Steven obviously reconnect. Taylor also told Steven about the cheating, and his reaction was not strong enough for me. I'm sorry. Here we go again. I am just like so mad at him. I feel like he could have had a little bit more passion to, I don't know, being mad at Jeremiah and then maybe apologizing to Conrad. Like, I don't know. That is just so crazy to me that he just kind of like brushed it off. And I'm like, okay, again, why are we berating Conrad when all of you guys have made horrible mistakes? Like, I don't know if that's Steven maybe neglecting like his true feelings for Taylor, and there's some symbolism in that perhaps, but I just, yeah, maybe that's what it is, but it bothered me. Okay, and before we move forward, brief intermission to talk about this scene. Okay, I think it happened before all of that, but whatever, I forgot to mention it. Jeremiah talking to Laurel. I saw a lot of people justifying this behavior, and I just think that this proves that we have a, like, honestly, like a communication like epidemic in our world right now. Because if you think that, I'm going to say this as if I'm Jeremiah. The fact that I think it's okay to basically berate my mom's best friend, who basically is my surrogate mother and would low-key burn down the world for me, just because she didn't want her 20-year-old daughter to get married and finish college first, mind you. It's not that she objected to the marriage. She wanted them to finish college and then see where they're at. If I spoke to that person that way, I'm sorry, like, that requires a big apology. Like, I don't know how I'm redeeming myself after that. I think this episode really showed Jeremiah's immaturity, because while he is valid in feeling how he felt, the way he went about all of his reactions showed no growth from a character front, from like a psychological point of view. He is just being a tyrant. I just think that this scene was so rude. It really rubbed me the wrong way. And he's like low-key becoming scary. Like, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but like, this is a man who needs to work on himself so bad. He will never be able to successfully love someone unless he does the inner work, and he's done none of it. This is also why the conversation with him and Belly, which is our next kind of chunk, is so awful to me, because he starts the conversation off basically begging for her back. And then once she explains to him, I need to find myself away from you, he literally does not like that and throws a tantrum and is literally like, never fucking call me again. Which I'm saying that for, I literally have no idea if I'm allowed to swear in TikTok videos, but whatever. But in my opinion, if Jeremiah truly loved Belly, he would agree with her in a way. He would understand that their relationship maybe was toxic on some level. And I just feel like his inability to look at himself is really troubling, and I really hope someone calls him out in the next 2 episodes, hopefully, or he does some growth, because I just, again, I don't know how people are defending him, but I also feel like he got off like too easy, and he's again blaming everyone else for his problems. And then the conversation between Conrad and his dad, I really feel like Adam is trying to rectify some wrongs, and at least I felt like they both gained something from that conversation. Conrad really realized that he needs to maybe leave Jer alone, and I think Adam realized that he needs to step up and be a father, and like hearing that from his own son, I think propelled him to try to be there for Jeremiah, which we saw at the end of the episode. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just how bad Conrad and Jeremiah spoke in the kitchen. If you don't think that Jeremiah, a part of him, is fueled by jealousy and winning over his brother, I need you to watch that scene again. He was gloating. He was gloating. And Belly decides to stay in Paris. So sorry my lighting situation changed, but that is all I have for you guys. And I want to know what you guys think. So please leave your thoughts in the comments. Even if you're the only one, I love having discussions with you guys in the comments. And the last thing I want to say is everyone needs to stop harassing Jenny Han. We need to trust her and we all need to touch grass. Okay. It's going to be okay. The finale, I have faith that these next 2 weeks are going to be amazing. And yeah, I will catch you with the next episode. Bye, guys.